Welcome back to another video on the Who Passed Today channel. In the past 24 hours, we've received sad news about the passing of some extraordinary talents. In today's episode, we dedicate this time to honor their memories and celebrate the legacies of these remarkable individuals. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support if this video or their legacy has touched your life. Please give it a like as a sign of respect. Thank you. Renée Victor, the heartwarming voice behind Abuelita and Coco and the unforgettable Lupita in Weeds, passed away on Friday, May 30th, 2025, at her home in Sherman Oaks, California. She was 86. Her publicist confirmed the news to Deadline, saying that she had been battling lymphoma. Surrounded by loved ones at the time of her death, Victor was remembered by her daughters Raquel and Margot Victor, who shared, "Renée was loved by so many and had fans all over the world. Her memory will be cherished by all who knew her." Victor's career began in the 1960s as a singer in Los Angeles. With her husband, she formed the musical duo Ray and Renee, performing for a decade as Latin Sunny, and She moved to television with KTLA's Pacey Setters, where she highlighted voices from the Chuco Power movement before joining the Screen Actors Guild in the early 1980s. Her acting career spanned more than 4 decades, with early roles in series such as Hotel Matlock Scarecrow and Mrs. King. In 2005, she gained wider recognition in Weeds as Lupita, the impeccably comedic housekeeper who appeared alongside Mary Louise Parker for the show's 8 seasons. In the years that followed, she took on recurring roles on shows such as Vita Dead to Me Mayans MC and With Love, where she continued to act until her 80s. Her most widely known work came in 2017, when she voiced Abuelita in Coco, a role that brought her into millions of homes around the world. The film won 2 Academy Awards and remains a cultural touchstone. Pixar paid tribute to her on Instagram, writing, "We are deeply saddened to hear of Renée Victor's passing. We will always remember her." In March 2024, Victor was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Conga Room in Los Angeles. In a previous interview, she reflected, "Acting sharpens everything. The more you do with your character, the more you discover." Her thoughtful approach to acting and her solid on-screen presence made her a respected figure among her peers. Actor Ronnie Dugger, her co-star in Weeds, remembered her as a woman who was strong, kind, and quietly intelligent. Do you remember the first time you heard her voice in Coco or saw her in Weeds share a favorite scene? A memory, or even just how her work makes you feel? Let's honor her by keeping those stories alive. Nørgård, the renowned Danish composer, whose work shaped contemporary music in the Nordic region and beyond, has passed at the age of 92. His passing was confirmed by Wise Music Group on May 28, 2025. Though the exact cause and place of death have not been shared publicly, the composer is believed to have passed peacefully during the night. Over the course of his long career, Nørgård became known for his deeply expressive style and an extensive body of work that spanned more than 400 compositions. Born in 1932, Nørgård followed in the footsteps of Carl Nielsen, but forged a distinct path of his own. He composed 8 symphonies, 6 operas, 10 concertos, and numerous choral and chamber pieces. His infinity row technique, a compositional system based on endless variation, became a signature of his musical language. 2 of his symphonies were recorded by the Vienna Philharmonic under conductor Sakari Oramo, reflecting the high regard in which he was held internationally. Nørgård's music often explored philosophical and natural themes, weaving together sound and structure in ways that challenged and moved his listeners. His ability to blend complexity with emotional depth earned him the respect of composers around the world. Søren Niels Ekberg, a fellow Danish composer, recalled being inspired by Nørgård's work as a teenager. "The music touched me deeply and had a strong impact on what I considered possible for music at all. It always had a highly individual human touch." Throughout his life, Nørgård remained connected to Denmark's cultural identity while also gaining wide recognition abroad. He taught and mentored a generation of composers and remained active in artistic discussions well into his later years. His compositions were performed by leading orchestras and ensembles. But it was the personal nature of his writing, introspective, curious, and often quietly searching, that left the strongest impression. With his passing, Denmark and the world lose not only a composer of great skill, but a voice that asked listeners to reflect, to listen closely, and to experience music as something more than sound. Nørgård leaves behind a legacy built not on fame, but on a lifelong dedication to exploring what music could express at its most human. Devin Harjes, the American actor recognized for his roles in Boardwalk Empire, Daredevil, and Gotham, passed away on May 27, 2025 in New York City at the age of 41. His family shared the news through an obituary posted on his personal website. While no specific cause has been made public, the announcement noted that he had spent his final days in the city where his acting career matured. Born in Locke, Texas in July 1983, Harjes began his early adult life working closely with animals, especially horses which he cared for deeply. But the pull of the stage led him to the Dallas-Fort Worth theater community and eventually to New York. There he immersed himself in student films and off-Broadway productions before moving into independent cinema. He earned recognition for his performance in The Forest is Red, which won him Best Actor at the Talentino International Film Festival in Italy. On television, Harjes developed a reputation as a versatile character actor. He portrayed boxing legend Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire, appeared in Daredevil as Oscar, a Rikers Island nurse, and took on the role of Clyde in Gotham. In the series Manifest, he played Pete Baylor in a recurring role across 9 episodes. He also made appearances in Orange is the New Black, Blue Bloods, Elementary, and FBI, bringing quiet strength and depth to every role. Away from the screen, Harjes was known for his discipline and humor. According to his family, he was a devoted student of martial arts and a consistent presence at the gym. He often joked that working out was safer than getting kicked in the face by a horse, a nod to his early years. Those close to him remember his grounded nature and his ability to balance intensity with a dry wit. He is survived by his parents, Randy and Roseanne Harjes, and his sister, Trick Harjes. While his time in the spotlight was not long, those who worked with him often spoke of his dedication, humility, and the quiet impact he left on set. Devin Harjes built a career, not on fame, but on presence, one that left a lasting impression on colleagues and viewers alike. Mike, the body snatcher McCallum, a former professional boxer, has died, according to multiple reports. The Jamaican athlete passed away Saturday while he was on his way to the gym in Las Vegas, according to the Jamaica Observer. The outlet claims he fell ill and pulled over to the side of the road where he was eventually found deceased by police. His cause of death has not been reported, and we've reached out to Las Vegas police for more information. McCallum amassed an impressive 49-5 record over his nearly 20-year career, winning 36 of his bouts by knockout. He held 3 titles at different points during his career, winning the World Boxing Association's super welterweight belt, the middleweight belt, and later the light heavyweight belt. Mike fought a series of tough opponents during his career, including Sean Mannion, Julian Jackson, Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, and more. Fellow former world champion Chris Eubank Jr. was among many who took to social media to pay tribute to McCallum, his former trainer. Brian Kellogg, one of Scotland's most admired jazz pianists, passed away in Glasgow on May 27, 2025 at the age of 63. The news was confirmed by the Edinburgh Jazz and Blues Festival, where Kellogg had long been a beloved figure. Although the exact cause was not publicly shared, the sadness rippling through the jazz world spoke volumes. His passing marks the end of a remarkable chapter in British jazz, one defined by brilliance, warmth, and a tireless devotion to his craft. Born and raised in Edinburgh, Brian Kell studied music at the University of Edinburgh before emerging as a transformative presence in the UK jazz scene. Known for his lightning-fast technique and distinctive swing, Kell's playing drew international praise. Over the years, he performed alongside giants like Herb Geller, Sheila Jordan, and James Morrison, never losing the humility that endeared him to both colleagues and audiences. His trio and solo projects showcased not just technical mastery, but a joyful, emotional depth that became his signature. Kellogg's presence went beyond performance. As a mentor, collaborator, and advocate for live music, he shaped generations of Scottish musicians. For 4 decades, he was a mainstay at jazz festivals from Glasgow to Berlin, lifting every stage he touched. Fellow musicians have spoken out in heartfelt tribute. The team at Wigham's Jazz Club wrote, "Dear Brian, you were a colossus," remembering the way he captivated their audiences night after night. Christine Beauville, who had shared the stage with him, recalled him as a genius in his field and the loveliest gent. His death has left a silence, but it's not an empty one. It's filled with memories of a maestro's laughter between songs, of fingers dancing across piano keys, of a crowd swaying in awe. UK Jazz News called him a hugely influential figure on the Scottish scene for decades. The respect was not only for his skill, but for his spirit. Brian Kell carried his love for jazz with dignity and grace, never chasing fame, only the next beautiful note. Did you ever see Brian Kell perform live? Or was there a recording of his that moved you deeply? We'd love to hear your story in the comments. Every shared memory adds another note to the music he left behind. Music that still plays on in the hearts of those who listened. Sasha Jenkins, the acclaimed journalist, filmmaker, and cultural documentarian, passed away on May 23, 2025 at the age of 54 due to complications from multiple system atrophy, MSA, a rare and aggressive neurological disease. His death was shared by his wife, filmmaker, and writer Raquel Sepa Jenkins through a moving Instagram post that recounted his final days with warmth, honesty, and pain. Sasha was still brilliant, creative, and present. "What was a blessing over the last couple months became a curse," she wrote, describing how the disease robbed him of his ability to communicate. Best known for his deep engagement with hip-hop and black culture, Jenkins was a true storyteller. From his early work as co-founder of Ego Trip magazine to his time as music editor at Vibe, Jenkins helped reshape how the culture was written about, moving it out of the margins and into serious conversations. He created and produced influential television series such as Ego Trips, The White Rapper Show, and Miss Reap Supreme for VH1. His documentary work included Fresh Dressed, Everything's Going to Be All White, Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues, and Wu-Tang Clan of Mics and Men, which earned him an Emmy nomination. His wife's tribute painted a vivid human picture of Jennings' final moments. She described how on the morning of his death, she and their 13-year-old son called out his name, hoping for one more smile or joke. All we wanted was for Sasha to wake up. He didn't, she wrote. Later, she opened a window and prayed for his spirit to be free. "I can still feel him," she added. Janine's work was both prolific and personal. Colleagues and friends remember him not only for his creative vision, but for his grounded presence. He told the truth, even when it was hard, said a longtime collaborator in an online tribute. He helped us understand the world around us a little better. Sasha Jenkins is survived by his wife Raquel, his son, his daughter Jolly Brown Sepa, a film producer, and a grandson. His storytelling left a meaningful record of the culture he lived and loved. Those who worked with him, learned from him, or simply followed his work will carry his memory forward. Georgia O'Connor, a rising star in British boxing and a Commonwealth Youth Games gold medalist, was at the age of 25. Her passing was confirmed on May 20th, 2025, just months after she was diagnosed with cancer in January. She died in County Durham, surrounded by loved ones. News of her passing was first reported by PA Media and later shared by her promotional team, Boxer, who described her as a true warrior inside and outside the ring. O'Connor had a decorated amateur career, capturing gold at the 2017 Commonwealth Youth Games and medaling at both the World and European Youth Championships. She turned professional in 2021 with Boxer and remained undefeated in 3 bouts, her last match taking place in October 2022. Beyond the ring, O'Connor spoke openly about living with ulcerative colitis, a chronic illness she revealed in 2023 during an interview with BBC Northeast. Boxer released a heartfelt tribute following her death, stating, "We are heartbroken by the passing of Georgia O'Connor. The boxing community has lost a talented, courageous, and determined young woman far too soon." England Boxing echoed the sentiment, saying they were deeply saddened and praising her standout performances at the junior level. Earlier in May 2025, O'Connor shared news of her marriage to her partner Adriano Cardinali in a social media post. Her final weeks, marked by grace and bravery, have left a strong impression on those who followed her career and personal journey. Ben Shalom, Boxer's founder and CEO, expressed his sorrow on social media, writing, "Georgia was an inspirational person and one I'll never forget. My heart goes out to her parents and partner who I know did everything they could." Though her time in professional boxing was brief, O'Connor's impact was deeply felt across the sport. Her story of resilience, openness about health challenges, and her kindness outside the ring earned her admiration from fans and peers alike. She's remembered not just as a talented athlete, but as a young woman who approached life and sport with heart and courage. Daylene Young, the screenwriter behind the 1980 film Little Darlings and the Emmy-nominated Jonathan, the Boy Nobody Wanted, passed on May 9, 2025 in Portland, Oregon. She was 85. Her husband, director Robert Martin Carroll, confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that she passed away due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. Known for her heartfelt writing and ability to craft memorable characters for television and film, Young left behind a legacy that resonated with generations of viewers. Born in Texas and later based in Oregon, Young built her reputation in the 1970s and 1980s as a go-to writer for made-for-TV movies. Her breakthrough came with the 1976 NBC film Dawn, Portrait of a Teenage Runaway, which dealt with teenage issues in an honest way rare for its time. She continued to write powerful tellums such as Will There Really Be a Morning, based on the autobiography of actress Frances Farmer and Miss Lay and Me, which aired in 2002. Young was also recognized for her work in family and children's programming. Her writing for the 1999 Showtime special Locked in Silence earned her a Daytime Emmy nomination, while the 1992 NBC drama Jonathan, the Boy Nobody Wanted, received both a Christopher Award and a Humanitas Prize nomination. Her husband said, "In her heyday, she was arguably the top writer of made-for-television movies." While primarily known as a writer, Young also appeared on screen, including a small role in the 2021 Nicolas Cage film Pig, filmed in her home state. Her range of work included screenplays like Cross Creek and the 1995 adaptation of the Babysitter's Club movie. Her stories often emphasized emotional depth, with characters navigating personal trials and relationships with authenticity. Young is survived by her husband Robert, who is 53, and their daughter Eden. Reflecting on her career, Robert Carroll told The Hollywood Reporter, "She loved telling stories about people who didn't always have a voice. She had a quiet strength, and that came through in her writing. Her work continues to stand as a testament to the power of compassion and storytelling in American television and film." Ray Barra, celebrated American dancer and choreographer, passed away peacefully on March 26, 2025 in Marbella, Spain, at the age of 95. His passing was announced by the Stogart Ballet, the company where he rose to prominence in the 1960s. Though the cause of death was not publicly detailed, his passing marked the end of a remarkable era in the world of ballet. The Stuttgart Ballet shared, "We are deeply saddened by the news of the death of Ray Barr. He will forever be an important part of the history of the Stuttgart Ballet." Born in San Francisco in 1930 to Spanish parents, Barr's career began in the United States, where he trained and danced with the San Francisco Opera Ballet and American Ballet Theater. But it was in Germany as a soloist, with the Stuttgart Ballet from 1958 to 1966, that Barr made his lasting mark. He was one of the few dancers who remained through the company's transformation under the leadership of choreographer John Cranko. Kano created several iconic roles specifically for him, including Romeo in Romeo and Juliet and Anagen in the ballet of the same name. After a career-ending injury in 1966, Barra transitioned into teaching and choreography. He became a trusted ballet master across Europe, working with companies in Berlin, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Vienna, Munich, and Madrid. From 1994 to 1996, he served as ballet director at Deutsche Oper in Berlin, helping shape a new generation of dancers with his careful eye and wealth of experience. His choreographic works, including Rossini sonatas and Poem d'Aino, reflect a deep musicality and sensitivity to movement. Friends and former colleagues have remembered Barr as a thoughtful artist, with a calm presence and a strong sense of discipline. He had a way of letting the dancer breathe inside the music, one former student recalled. Others spoke of his quiet humor and unwavering respect for the art form. His influence stretched beyond the stage into rehearsal rooms, classrooms, and careers that continue today. Rebra spent his final years in Spain, the land of his roots, where he remained active in the arts community. His legacy lives on in the roles he created, the dancers he inspired, and the grace he brought to ballet both on stage and off.